I'd like to talk about the development of a proper fist. It's very important in that if you hit someone without all of the elements in the fist, you may break your hand or your wrist or hurt yourself in some manner. The most important thing when you develop the fist is to bring those fingers in, tuck them under, and then your thumb over the top. We'll show a close-up of that in a minute. Next, we need to make sure that the fist is not up like this, because if you hit this, you can break your wrist. So the fist needs to be slightly down this way. That presents the two knuckles on your target. Second of all, we need to adjust the fist here, and we move it slightly inward that lines up the two knuckles, the metacarpal bones, the wrist bones, and the head of the radius, all in one continuous line. If you do not do that and your fist is out, there is no actual connection here between any of the bones. They're just at a rest position, ready to move. So you want that fist out. Now, the fist development, I wanted to show you a little closer. The first thing is to roll the fingers over the top. Okay? Roll them here, and then you stick them into the palm. Then this comes over the top. Now, in order to make this work properly, see how the hand is bent here? Okay? We need to angle it slightly down. Now, if you can get in here and show the back of your hand, when the fist is rotated slightly out, these two knuckles, these three wrist bones, and the radial bone here all line up. If the fist is not out that way, these bones in the wrist do not actually contact. They're loose between the wrist and the radial bone and the metacarpal bones here. They're loose, and when you hit it, it's not going to be as sound and solid as it was going to be when this fist is out. There's an alternate type of fist we use in Shirite, and this is formed by rolling the fingers over, but keeping this first finger straight and laying it on the pad of the thumb. Then the thumb is brought over the top. What this does is stops, can you turn it over this way? What this does is stops the fist from compressing here. If you eliminate that first finger and go back to the standard fist, see what happens? This hand collapses. So by using that fist with that finger stuck out is going to strengthen the fist that you have, and it will make your punches even more powerful.
There are three elements to forming a proper fist. One is to align the first two knuckles to your wrist bones. Two is to make sure your hand is level to your wrist and arm. And three is to angle the fist at 22.5 degrees. In this image, you can see the fist is straight across and not tilted, which could injure your hand. Proper position is tilted at 22.5 degrees, so your knuckles are aligned. In this picture, your wrist is tilted upward, which could damage your wrist. Here's how your wrist should be, flat to your hand. When the knuckles aren't aligned with the wrist bones, you don't have a good contact like this. Here it is when they are aligned. Everything is one solid rod. Here it is from the top position when it's out of alignment, and just a slight tilt aligns everything up. Now I want to show you a first-person perspective of the left hand. Here's when the fist is not aligned and when it's tilted upwards. And this is what it looks like when everything is aligned. The wrist is flat and the fist is tilted.
Now I want to talk about the actual punch. When the punch comes from the obi, Now you may do it high, you may do it low, whatever. I'm going to go through some techniques here and discuss those. First of all, the chamber. If you chamber lower than your obi, their belt, and you come to a point of the opponent's chin, it is a certain length. If I move that up, it's a shorter length. So from this point to this point is faster from this point to this point. Now, one would think this would be even faster, but there's a problem with this, okay? And that problem is if the shoulder joint is locked. And when the shoulder joint is locked in this high position, when the fist comes out, it maintains the joint in a retrusive position. And that means that this fist will not come out all the way. Now, if I can show you on the wall, I'll use my other hand here, and if I put both my fists here, I get in the horse stance, and I punch. Okay? I'm just barely contacting the wall here. Now I'm going to do this higher punch, and as I bring these out, if you see, they are short of the target. They never get that close. You end up that much further away from your target in the high chamber. So it's my feeling, and you can decide for yourself what to do. This area right here is the premium area to punch, the premium chamber.